morning, Sunday school friends. I'm so glad that you are here with us today to learn more about God's story, to make connections, and to say, good morning, God. So let's start off by saying, good morning, God. What is one way that you could express how you feel about saying good morning? Is it excitement? Is it a little quiet? Would you rather say, good morning, God? Or would you rather say, good morning, God? Well, either way is fine. You get to say good morning to God however you want. On the count of 3, I want you to say good morning to God in whatever way you want. 1, 2, 3. That was fantastic. All right, so now that we've got that, we are going to go hang out with Mr. Bruce for a minute. Ready? Take it away, Mr. Bruce.
Hey friends, we're going to do one we know really well, This Little Light of Mine. Here we go. This little light of mine, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Jesus gave it to me. Jesus gave it to me. I'm gonna let it shine. Jesus gave it to me. I'm gonna let it shine. Jesus gave it to me. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
I'm glad you're back. Thank you so much, Mr. Bruce. That was a fantastic song. Today, we are reading in our Spark Story Bible, and we are on page 298. 298, that is a 2, a 9, and an 8. We're going to read from our story Bible today from the book of Matthew, chapter 20, verses 1 through 16. The vineyard workers. Jesus told this story to teach about God. I'm going to stop for just a second because Jesus loved to tell stories to help people make connections. That's right. He had lots of stories. Sometimes they're called stories, and sometimes they're called parables. Either way, these stories help people to understand and make connections. All right, let's keep going. A farmer needed workers for his vineyard where he grew grapes. Will you work in my vineyard? He asked some people. How much will you pay? They answered. 1 day's pay, the farmer said. Okay, said the people, and they went to work. The farmer hired other workers at different times all day. When they were all done, the farmer paid all the workers the same. The first workers were angry. I bet they were. You paid the last workers the same as us, they shouted. We worked longer in the hot, hot sun. The farmer answered, I gave you what I promised you. Are you upset because I'm being generous to the others? Jesus said that God is generous, like the farmer. The last will be first, and the first will be last, he said. That is a really hard thing to understand, being generous. The farmer hired these workers, and the workers who got there first worked really, really, really hard. But the people who showed up last maybe didn't have as much work to do, so they didn't work as hard. But they were given the same gift at the end. They had the exact same thing. The farmer gave the first workers what he promised them. He didn't change that. But he also gave the people who came last the same amount. And God does the same thing for us. It doesn't matter if you were born and have lived 99 years and you have been doing things, working hard your whole life for God. Or if you were just born yesterday, you have the same love and grace from God. He is generous with all his people and everyone who loves him, from the oldest to the youngest, from the first to the last. I want you guys to practice being generous this week. I know you can't give all of the things to people, but you can help people. You can be generous with your love. You can be generous with your help. And you can be generous with your words. You can say things like, I really, really love spending time with you, or I really enjoyed reading with you today. I hope that you guys have a fantastic week. Go make some connections, and don't forget to be generous. I love you all. Wash those hands.